So obviously, after Aljamain Sterling has his, I think he's having an operation on his back or surgery. The UFC have spoke about the fact that they're going to get Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling to have another fight. Now, my question is, what's the likelihood that Aljamain Sterling can actually beat Petr Yan? I think it's a very, very low likelihood that that could happen. The reason is when they both fought each other, Petr Yan absolutely dominated him in terms of the wrestling, the striking. It was actually quite brutal how efficient he actually was in terms of his actual ability as a fighter. So I think there's a very low likelihood that Petr Yan can win that particular fight. Obviously, he became a champion because of the fact that Petr Yan kicked him in the head, kneed him in the head when he was actually on his knees. But the fact remains that I just think it's unlikely that something like that would actually happen again. If it wasn't for that little brain fart, Petr Yan would have easily have won that fight and retained his title. But obviously, because of what he did, when he actually accidentally fouled him, we saw what actually happened. So the only way that Aljamain Sterling can win this particular fight is if something like that happens again, and the likelihood of that actually happening again, I think, is very unlikely. The reason is because Petr Yan, although he's a very talented fighter, I just feel like he's got the style to beat Aljamain Sterling. I mean, he made it look quite easy actually when they first fought each other, and it was quite an easy win for him. In terms of the actual fight itself, it was absolute domination. Now, that doesn't take anything away from Aljamain Sterling. I still think he's a top bantamweight fighter, but I don't think he deserves to be champion because of the way that he actually did win. It was a bit of a brain fart. It was a bit of a weird situation, but I'm hoping in the second fight they can correct it. But to be fair with you, the sport of MMA is full of these bizarre characters, and I can imagine a moment of that. Maybe there's another way that Aljamain Sterling wins the fight again by fouling, or something happens because of the bizarre nature of the sport. Something like that could actually happen. So, in my opinion, unless Petr Yan does something really stupid like he did last time, I think he might quite easily win this particular fight. He'll make it look quite easy as well. So yeah, that's my opinion. Tell me your opinion. Who do you think wins this particular fight? Who do you think actually has the likelihood of winning this particular fight? Aljamain Sterling is a decent fighter. He did beat Corey Sandhagen, who TJ Dillashaw beat last week, but he's a decent fighter. It's just I just think Petr Yan beats him quite decisively and quite easily. So yeah, that's my opinion. Tell me your opinion. Who do you think wins this particular fight? And I'm actually looking forward to it. To be fair, the first fight was so one-sided, apart from what happened in the end when Aljamain Sterling got fouled and somehow won the fight. The first fight was quite easily domination, and Petr Yan has a style where he's very economical. He doesn't really waste any punches, and he always manages to get the result against all odds. So yeah, in my opinion, the only way he can lose this particular fight is if he repeats and does something stupid again like he did. But apart from that happening, I just don't think there's any way that Aljamain Sterling wins this particular fight, and I think he gets beat quite easily actually. So yeah, that's my opinion. Tell me your opinion below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.